We're in a pickle.
Nope, we're in a spaceship. This week on The Hapless Heroes.
It's entirely possible the DM is not a competent voice actor. Hello and welcome to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. Starting off this evening, we are going to introduce our cast, starting on my right with Francesco as Percival.
We are hurtling through space and none of us know what we're doing.
To his right, we have John as Jam Jam.
Jam Jam, call home?
To his right, we have Lou as Lev.
Yes, I also need to call home.
To his right, we have Mike as Brew.
This is like a video game.
To his right, we have Nicole as Glorp.
I'm not sure that this cooler makes a great seatbelt.
To her right, we have Seb as Choom.
Honestly, this gel is kind of hitting all the right places for me.
And to his right, we have Zach as Euclid.
Slurping on my juice box. This is the song I sing when I am slurping on my juice box.
The secret is we all got that juice. And now that we've been juiced up and launched away and hurtling through the stars, there's been a surprise launch and a shocking revelation. And now we cut back to a crew already in progress.
Yeah, we're gonna need to put heavy air quotes on the word crew.
We're on a ship. It's in space. We're moving. We're a crew.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard the voice in the ether too, calling us a crew? I thought that was just me.
In Brew's head, he's calling us the Brew Crew.
Nice.
Stamp it. Send it. Canon.
So
One day.
the autopilot, if I remember correctly, cannot be disengaged now.
No.
And we are blasting towards the barrier of our solar system to places unknown.
Yes.
Did I gather that? I
Succinctly.
sum it up, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Is there a way to establish comms again? Or are they talking to us or anything still?
So
I
that's
don't know.
what
Nobody's
Percival
gone to
was
the comms
looking-
console.
I was trying to find that, and then I got distracted by you sticking your body in the jelly control thing.
Oh, yeah.
And
Name's Verna.
wiggling it in the jelly. Thrusting it,
Is
maybe?
he making
Wait, when
those
he
kinds
thrusts-
of like moaning sounds?
Wait, does he even need to be in there
when
anymore?
he thrusts
'Cause
in the jelly, does it give the ship more thrust?
we
Why
need
is
to
there
stop
extra
that.
jelly leaking out?
No!
I've been here for one day and I already fucked the ship.
Too far.
I've been here
Too
for one day.
When he ejaculates in the jelly, does
No,
it?
There it is.
Right.
Despite our craziness, there is a line.
Yes.
There is a line. Edit this out.
Where's the line? Let's
Yeah,
explore.
that's why we have an
No.
editor.
Let's
I do
explore where
not
the
want
line
to
is.
explore any further.
Yeah,
Ejaculate.
Do another hard cut.
yeah.
Please don't let me do another hard cut.
So who's going to check the comms?
I'm just saying.
It's over there.
We found a word that is before the line and not past it. So
Nope. Here's what I will say to that, Zach. Just to you. I'm saying this to you right now directly.
yeah.
Is that the more imagery of this shit you put into people's minds, the more likely Rule 34 of our characters becomes possible. And I do not.
I'm gonna
want
commission that.
No, friend, that is
Not
the point.
want.
I'm going to commission that
I
shit.
want to see it.
Want.
I don't.
Not
I
want.
want to see it.
Now,
I don't
literally, my
want.
only love interest is the ship.
I want to read some erotic fan fiction about Choom's extra friendly relationship with the ship's controls.
Please.
Listen,
please.
the ship is at warp speed. The line was way back there.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of lines, the one you should be concerned about is rapidly approaching you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The edge of the system.
I'm going to try to make an investigation check to try to
Fabulous.
locate a communications console.
All right.
And I'm gonna look in the vague direction of where I heard the voice coming from, I guess. You know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to think about where. I mean, I was a little out of my head. I'm still a little bit out of my head, but I can't roll anything good tonight.
Oh
no. It's a 7.
So the first console on the right appears to have what looks like an open cone sticking out of the top. It might be something you could speak into?
I'm going to start just speaking into it. Mayday, Mayday, this is not the intended crew of the Cosmos Concordia. We are hoping you can hear us. Please, we are hurtling towards the edge of the solar system, and none of us know how to fly this thing.
Speak for
Come
yourself.
in. Over.
Silence.
Well, no, I wouldn't say none of us. I mean, Choom's doing a pretty bang up job.
Thanks,
Push
bro.
the autopilot button.
Hey,
I mean, we're not dead yet.
look at that. Is there any buttons you could press on the comms? Just press any of them. It works real great.
I mean, he said it was just a tube I could talk into. Yeah, is there any buttons nearby? Is there any sort of?
Oh,
engage?
absolutely. Now that you're taking a closer look of it, there's 4 buttons underneath the horn thingy there. There's looks like maybe 2 up above it. A big old knob, like even the size of your hand, off to the left of it. It's got a series of marks going from 1 to 11 next to it. It's set to 6 right now.
Okay, so I pick up what you're throwing down there. Is there any are any of the buttons labeled with a little speaker symbol or something like that, or like a phone symbol, any
The
recognizable
microphone.
symbols?
The microphone itself.
Sure. What would a speaker symbol look like in Concordian culture?
It's a good question.
A horn.
A horn?
Yeah, sure, a horn.
Like a horn. Yes. There
French
is
horn.
one. It's the one on the right of the 4 below the thing.
I'm gonna push it down. Does it stay engaged, or is it like one of those press and hold
So
situations?
you push it. You lean into the console a little bit to push it down. The horn being not far from your head. Cosmos Concordia, come in, as it blares right into your ear.
I'm gonna turn that knob down to maybe a 4.
Wait, does they say come in? Does Choom take that as instructions?
No, stop! You need to stop. Can we just not? Can we just?
This wasn't
not
my
do this?
intention. Just so people know, that was not my intention. I was just trying to have my hands free, and now I have my hands free. So, woo!
Nice.
Nice. What's the ship's name?
Oh, we're
Unrelated.
Cosmos Concordia.
We've said it like
Cosmos.
a million
Yeah.
times.
So many
Choom's
times.
been moaning it for hours now.
Sorry, so
fucking
you were
hell.
responding to the voices?
Yeah, I would like to try to respond. This is not Choom's. No, I do not need Choom yelling the name of the ship into this fucking microphone.
This is the crew of Choom's girlfriend.
This is the unintended. This is an unintended crew of the Cosmos Concordia. Come in. Can you hear us? Please come in.
So, crew of the Cosmos Concordia, you're not actually the crew of the Cosmos Concordia, are you?
No, that's what we said before we launched. And I said we should abort the launch, and then you were like, "No, that's a funny joke." And then you launched us into space, and now here we are.
Shit. Yeah. Son of a... Yeah, no, don't ignore the other guy from the control room getting in his car and speeding off. We're, oh boy. We're gonna be in so much fucking trouble.
You
Okay,
gave me a
so-
cooler for a spacesuit.
Okay. What color is that cooler?
It was blue, right?
Blue.
Blue.
Son of a bitch, he stole my cooler too? Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I am gonna kill that cow.
It says Yeti on it.
Yes, it's got my name right on it. Wonderful.
I don't know whether Brew takes offense to that or not, but listen.
Okay. Okay.
Watch your mouth over there.
Okay, deep breaths, Yeti, deep breaths.
Does
Deep
this
breaths,
cooler
okay.
meet space safety regulations?
Guy, lady, person, I can't really tell due to the voice
Yes.
and the throb. Oh, okay. That's great. How? Just give me a quick rundown. Who's on the ship?
I'm gonna Percival's gonna start real life. So it's me, Percival Flathurst. AI technician. Through the Technicians Guild. We have Jam. I think he's actually a janitor at the facility. We have Chum, who I think is also a janitor at the facility. We have Lev here, who I think you mentioned you worked at a pleasure floor. And this man has children, so I just really need to figure out how we turn this thing around. We have a guy named Brew here who was the bartender last night. We have Glurp, which is the plasmoid you were just speaking with.
I teach kindergarten.
Thank you, Glorp. And then we have Euclid, over here.
I'm making everybody name tags. Don't worry.
He seems to know something more than he's letting on because he keeps saying he'll never tell, and it has something to do with Mr. Goldmane and something that happened last night.
It might have something to do with Mr. Goldman. It might not. I don't know.
See, he's being rather unhelpful and rather cagey about this information, and I'm just trying to determine.
It's called being coy. It's cuter that way. I'm being coy. I'll never say.
Okay, so I'm sorry to have answered your question with a question, but now I have an answer for your question, and that's no. Literally nothing on the bridge of your ship is now safe for space flight. What have you done? What have we done? What have I done? What has happened? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
No.
We are gonna die.
You have your feet on solid ground, my friend. We are the ones hurtling through space at untold speeds. You need to help us disengage this autopilot. Is there any way you could get my credentials access to disengage the autopilot? We could just turn this thing around and we could just pretend like it never happened. Oh, look, we went to space. Oh, but funny little mix-up. And then we could just go home and go back to our lives. I feel like that sounds great.
Yeah, that's great.
I just wanted to try a margarita.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So we need to establish a bidirectional downlink conversion. Oh crap! So far away. Do either of you have a deplenurator handy?
Would you care to explain? Wait, hold on. Is this a tool that I'm familiar with, or that I would have been exposed to in my line of work? Or is this something that's like space travel specific?
Oh no, this is absolutely space travel specific stuff.
So, would you care to explain what that device is, and could you just repeat the name of that one more time?
That sounds like a dessert.
I have a lime.
Okay. So it's like a plenurator, except it undoes that. The deplenurator.
And
you know
what's
what a plenurator is, right?
What's it now?
We have a lime. We could make a dessert.
I'm just a mild mana technician. I don't know any of these tools for astrophysics and space flight. I just made one of the fastenings that went on the hull.
Great. So, tell me that none of you engaged the autopilot, right?
Nope.
Yes, Chum engaged the autopilot.
Who's Chum?
We all engaged the autopilot.
Okay.
Unrelated. Is this gel sterile?
He's also stuck in the gel.
Oh, great. We've got a monkey waist deep in transfermionic nanofluid.
Yes.
Do you have any other news that I should be aware of before I either go turn in my resignation or jump off the top of the complex.
I spilled my margarita when I woke up.
I think Lev's gonna need a babysitter.
Babysitter, okay, I've been needing a new line of work. You know what?
No, I didn't mean you.
No, I'm thinking I mean me. I'm large, I'm fluffy, and I don't mind small children bouncing upon me. It's much better than what's about to happen if I have to report any of this to, well, frankly, anyone. So we don't have a deplenurator. You're hurtling towards the edge of the system. Oh, God. We've got a monkey. It is a monkey, right?
Correct term is had a Z. But you could just call me David.
That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
Yeah, my dad didn't like me very much.
Yeah, it's like you're just speaking gibberish.
My
David.
God.
Oh my God.
Who would name their children that? It's horrible.
Like Choom, Glorp, Glup, Glup, those are names.
Choom puts his hand, he would have to get out of the thing. He puts his hand over the speaker on the console. I don't trust the government. It probably doesn't stop it from being able to hear. But
they're your employers.
He tries.
You need to get us out of. You need to get us out of this mess. You need to help us.
Out of which mess? The transfer amniotic nanofluid? Because it's going to take a while to wash off, let me tell you.
Great.
Can someone pull Choom out of that thing?
Jam will try to help Choom out of the fluid.
Shouldn't be too hard, right? But
Well, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for beating me to my joke.
Sorry.
Brew's gonna kind of step up to Jam as well, and obviously being much larger than Jam.
Yep.
I'll help you. You might need a little help with that.
Am I really stuck?
No. If someone attempts to pull you out, they can. And this is where we would edit in, whatever a really developed slurp kind of sound there.
Okay. I'm going to get some of the engineers on the line, and they're going to try to help you with this. I'm going to go write up a resignation letter. Lev, I will be happy to watch your kids for you while you're gone. It is the least I can do to make up for this colossal fuck-up that has ruined the lives of everybody. It may very well cost me my cardiac health and my sanity.
Now, sir, if it makes you feel any better, I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Must be fucking nice. So for the rest of us who had lives that they didn't want to walk away from, I'm gonna go get you some engineers. I'm gonna go get myself a really large scroll of calm emotions. And I'm gonna excuse myself from the comms
Novelty
because
size.
I feel like
How much time do we have for being real?
Does the size of the scroll matter? Does the size of the scroll matter?
Oh,
yes.
as it turns out, yes it does. Yes it does.
On
How
our home
dare
planet,
you.
yes it does.
Size matters.
The name of this episode should just be Dick Jokes.
Oh, that's not where I was going with that.
No.
I was
That's where we
genuinely-
went, though.
Size
I
matters.
was genuinely wondering if the size of the scroll actually matters about how much your emotions are calm.
Sure.
It's just how you use the scroll, Mike.
It's a 5 milligram scroll, okay?
I don't want to feel anymore.
I would say just use the scroll for another way to calm your emotions, but that's just me.
It's more about how thick the scroll is than
There it is.
Press it, put it on a t-shirt.
It's not the tool, it's how you use it.
All right, but really, how much time do we have? Like, is that close to the line? Like, are we gonna... Are we fucked?
Well, when's the last time anybody actually looked at the map?
Before the comms thing started.
Yeah, before the
map?
call.
Wait, who just said, is there a map?
I did.
Yes.
Euclid. I said it.
Well,
It was
okay,
me.
give him some leverage here. He was getting us juice boxes, to be fair.
And making name tags. Very important.
On a scale of 1 to completely illegible, what's the quality of these name tags?
Sleight of hand.
And what have you written on them?
Sleight of hand.
Am
what
I
did you
making- am I
use and
making
what
sleight
did
of
you
hand?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess those are the better questions is what did you actually use to make these name tags?
I found some like food ration labels in the galley. I was back there. I was thinking ahead.
Were they attached to food?
No. Do I roll for that?
Are you
Can I make
are
a
you
word
are you
that
Did you just
are you
actually-
deceiving
I
us
could
or the
just-
DM?
I could just
My
see
name
Euclid.
tag says rice.
No, I found a roll. I found a roll of fresh
Okay.
labels.
Because I could just as easily see Euclid just peeling the labels off of the food that's in there, now leaving a bunch of unlabeled food in the cooler.
No, I respect food freshness and
The name
labels.
tag just says
and the-
spaghetti
and the
sauce.
Zach's real world morals have come into the game.
There's got to be
Yeah.
a line somewhere, and food safety is on one side of the line.
That's Zach's line. He has no other line anywhere else, but when it comes to food safety
and food
Labels
waste.
stay on.
and food waste.
Food waste, food safety. These are qualities that are transcending into my character for sure.
Did anyone catch that guy's name? The comms guy?
He was, yes, his name was Yeti. It's printed right on
Yeti.
his cooler
Oh,
that
right,
was stolen.
yes, it's on the cooler.
Oh my
right,
god,
Lisa.
that's so funny.
Yes, he's actually a Yeti.
So I'm gonna look at the
Um,
nav map behind everybody.
Okay. Brew's also presumably been looking at it. At least that's what I think he said, although he got stepped on when I asked and never got around to re-asking it. So it goes. So yes.
While you both are looking at it, I sneak up behind you and I slap some name tags on you. I slap a fresh one on Brew to, because I forgot Brew already had a name tag.
I do.
So
I'm
there's
still.
no
I'm
second name tag
I
on
am
Brew.
still wearing my name tag. Yes.
There's
Can you
a-
have two
there's
name
a
tags
freshie
now on either
Chew.
side?
Okay, so Brew is now Fresh Brew.
Oh yeah.
Freshly brewed.
Excuse me.
Fair enough. So, who was it who walked over to look at the map with him? I'm sorry.
Choom, and
Choom.
he can roll and have advantage. I'll just do the help action.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine because Chum, you're walking up to a scene that Brew already sees. You know, learning information.
Can I
he
jump
already
on your
knows.
shoulder? Asking for consent.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you can.
Hell yeah. So now we're at least eye level with this navigator thing.
All right. So yes, you have advantage because you are being helped.
And this is navigation tools again.
It is.
Okay, that first roll sucked. That second roll was better. A 7 and then a 17. So I'll take the 7. I'll take the 17, please.
Okay, so
Really know your maps.
worst case scenario, you have 6 minutes
Until
Best case,
we're crossing
until
the line.
you cross the line.
Mhm.
Best case scenario, you have 6 minutes 15 seconds.
Good.
Wow. That's a nice margins.
So yeah,
Well,
I just
he
kind
rolled
of
pretty high.
I turned to Chum and I go, all right, so we have about six or we have about 6 minutes.
I don't think we're going back, guys.
What do you mean? We just make a bunch of lefts, and eventually we get back. Is that not how that
We
works?
we
Do you
can't
know how to
disengage
buy?
the autopilot.
I just almost did a Russian. You know how to bypass the autopilot? Because that's what's stopping us right now.
Yeah, do you, Lev, do you have any hidden knowledge about how to operate, spaceships?
Or
that you're
did-
holding out on us?
Or did you just put your foot in your mouth?
I know how to break spaceship.
Oh, Well, shit.
Well.
I guess we all just gotta kind of make peace with going to space.
Hit the comms console again. So, was there an engineer coming to the line, or?
Well, now, just because we're out of the system doesn't necessarily mean we can't turn around eventually. We'll be fine.
I like your attitude.
None of us have ever navigated the astral sea before, and none of us can operate with the ship with the autopilot on.
Sure, but somebody's on the line. They'll help us soon.
What's the astral sea?
That's what they saw beyond the borders. I don't know. We don't know. That's what this mission was going to find out.
Sea like the ocean. I get it now.
We're going in water? I can't swim.
Is it possible, with these being the old crew's uniforms or whatever outfits, astral suits, that there could be some of their DNA potentially within those suits?
Especially as they've been at the controls for long enough.
And could Glorp have... Well, what, they've never been in these suits before, and even during like trainings, these aren't like...
I don't know. It's do
I'm
they
more
do
scared
their
while
own
you're asking for
laundry?
DNA.
I don't know, do they get washed?
Well, I don't know. You're closer to the suit than I am. Maybe find out. Give it a sniff.
You have a nose?
It's hidden in there.
Oh, sorry, that was a rude question to ask.
If they've been in them before, maybe Glorp could imprint one of their fingerprints from a glove or something.
You know, you're really smart when you don't talk like a Russian.
I'm just speaking out loud.
It's
Oh, it's
vaguely
good.
Slavic. It's not like Eddie, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
It is like one rolled R every once in a while, and you miss a word.
Do any of us have any sort of like forensic knowledge? Because I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that.
I mean,
gonna say
the
this
thing is,
word.
like, media is probably popularized enough in the modern era that we would know, like, of these suggestions that are being made, but, like, can we actually make it happen?
I watched an episode of CSI Concordia.
Okay, do astronauts not get to bring on one personal object from the planet to bring with them?
They
Or a
might have if they.
photograph
Are
or
there any
something that's, like,
astronauts
in-
on the ship?
Right.
We're in their
exactly.
suits.
Why would they just leave their stuff in there
Well,
when they're putting
suits.
us in the
It's not like they
suits?
put our luggage in the ship.
Yeah. Let's say the
Right.
counterpoint is why would they let someone else wear their suits?
The plot
Stranger
thickens.
things have happened. Like,
I mean, how we got here is important, but I would really like to figure out how to get us out of here.
That is what I am trying to say, big cow man. I am tired of being on ship.
His name's Brew
man.
Brew.
Brew, I am sorry, Mr. Brew, but this is frustrating.
I understand. Now that we know you have kids, I imagine that you,
Nah,
this is a hard thing for you.
Do you have family?
Yeah, I do. Percy.
Like is it like a sibling
Yes, like
or
a
something
whole
like that? or-
family. No, I mean, yeah, I have brother. But that guy Yeti. Maybe I will call him back and tell him to call brother.
I'm gonna
He
crawl
doesn't
to the
have
other shoulder so I can
Yeah,
look
hold
at
on a
Zeke.
second.
Like, I'm pretty sure that guy's gonna steal your family.
Wait, hold on. That's so I have a
I will
thing.
smash
So
console if that is the case.
we still haven't heard any response from the console, right? There has not been a single engineer that has gotten back to us.
well, you guys were kind of a little bit busy there. I don't want to,
Sorry.
go stepping on
I'm just
folks.
curious. Yeah, that's why I want to just check in. I'm just curious.
Yep.
If not, I'm going to be looking at a way to hotwire these fucking communications so that Lev can make a call.
Yep. So, all of a sudden, then there's.
Okay. So they call an engineer in here, and I'm sort of the junior engineer on the crew. I'm going to do what I can to help you guys. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Are we okay?
Shit.
I think it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. So check this out. We need to change the polarity on the paravoltaic carboxylitic subphase controller. Now you know where that is, right?
So what's it?
No. Talk to us like we're 5.
So wait a sec. Paravoltaic
Use shapes. No, shape. Sir.
No, it doesn't matter how slow you say it. We don't know what that is.
Use shapes and colors. Shapes and colors.
Shapes and colors.
Right.
Okay.
We're all gonna fucking die.
Start looking for. Let's see. We need a septidecahedron. It's gonna be. It's just off of
It
chartreuse.
sounds like it
It's
probably
maybe a
has
little
7
closer to
sides.
Puce.
Is chartreuse yellow or green? I don't remember. I don't know.
It's
Green.
What
it's
is
not
that in
a
relation to
primary color.
autopilot button?
Yeah, we can't disengage the autopilot.
No,
Yes, you're right. That's why we're looking for the paravoltaic carboxylitic subphase controller.
right,
Yep.
where is
Maybe
it
in like
in
an obvious
relation
place.
to button?
If
We know
don't
where
hit that
button
thing in a
is.
couple of seconds and start turning the Malgertian capacitor to full, we're not overriding any of this
goodness.
crap. And you
My
guys are
brain
going to go in a
hurts.
straight
You're not
line
listening.
until acted upon by an outside force.
Flurt
No.
picks up their cooler and starts putting a seatbelt on it.
If I am looking at the
I'll take
autopilot
that
button,
for
where
my
is
stomach.
subhoxamoxaloxin button that I need to click?
It's about 3 qubits to port.
Okay.
Repeat the command one more time.
It's
Mission
3
control.
it's 3 qubits to port.
3 qubits to port. Okay. I'm gonna make an investigation check while I look 3 qubits to port, or in the general
got-
direction of where I think that is.
Okay, good. Which way is port?
Left.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you. Okay, good. So on the left-hand wall, let's see. So a qubit.
So take your hand, stretch it out, and I'm really hoping you have a standard size hand because we're going to have some problems here if you don't
He's
have
a
a
hippo.
standard size hand.
He has a very large hand.
I have
Okay.
very large
Meaty,
hands. I have a gift.
sausagey hands.
Okay, so
In
it's
compare-
27 and a half of standard divided by 2.2 plus 3. Oh, shit. It's going to be about 15 hands off to your left.
I'm looking over there.
Okay. So there are a lot of multi-sided shapes, and they range between green and yellow.
Of course.
Why does he not just use
no.
hand size conversion chart?
Oh no!
It's 474C! Pantone 474C!
I don't actually know if that's what it is. I'm not looking it up.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's fucking hilarious.
Well, Just push a
I
button.
don't know what I'm
C,
looking at.
C
I don't
is in
know
the
what I'm
letter
looking at.
C or C is in the ocean C? Because now I'm just confused about C's. Like, what kind of
There's
C
been
are
a
you
lot
talking
of
about?
those.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
When's the last time you seen a chartreuse sea? Holy crap!
No, I mean,
Mission control. We need to make a call.
We-
What do I look like? Do I sound like an operator to you?
Well, you need to find a way to make this happen, because I think that there's no way we're going to be able to turn this ship
No.
around in time, and our window of opportunity is closing, and this man needs to call his family.
You got a
The
cell phone?
conviction, the
Okay.
conviction in Percival's voice comes through like a little bit like harder, like through
Sure.
the panic.
Let
Persuasion.
me go and monetize this to a different channel so you can go sort out your child care.
Oh, that guy really told everybody.
Okay. He was very angry.
Hello? Father? Is that you?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, is this Nikita?
This is Nikita. Yes, Father.
Hey. Hey, buddy.
Yes.
How
When are you
you
coming
doing there,
home?
champ? Well, just maybe very soon, you know, I am out to... I had to get the milk, and it was Very important. I went to get milk.
Milk!
But,
Did you have to raise something with nipples again, Father?
It's pretty crazy that Lev is from like Eastern Europe or something, and his kids are from like Iceland.
I don't really think accent develop until later in our species, maybe.
It's entirely possible the DM is not a competent voice actor.
Just an observation I was making. It was cool.
Oh,
It was cool.
I love
It was a
everything
cool
about
plot
this.
point.
I don't really know. Everything sounds like a question.
Yes, well, so I had to go get the milk, and it was pretty far. It was sold out in a lot of places, you know, and I had to drive there. That is why car is not there either. So, just... Dimitri is going to be there soon. Uncle Dimitri, he's going to cook something for you and more than likely take you to school tomorrow too. So that is going to be fun. You are going to have good time. Tell Liana the same thing and
So you'll be back tomorrow, Papa?
yeah, probably. Who's, tomorrow? At least one tomorrows I will be there.
You haven't gotten back into wrestling, have you, Father?
No. I would never. I've never. That is beyond it's from my past, boy.
It's sad. I want to grow up and be big wrestler like
Please,
you, Papa.
no, you cannot grow up to be a wrestler. You're going to be rocket scientist. I think that is more important in the future.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm realizing now what would be
Will Uncle Dimitri be able
best
to
if you
tutor
had
me in math,
interest in.
Papa?
I know that dinosaurs were interesting, but I think you being rocket scientist is way more pertinent right now. Why don't you read up on Encyclopedia Britannica and let me know what you find?
Okay. I will, Papa.
Always
So we
a
will
good
see you
boy.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow, one tomorrows, two tomorrows. It could be couple tomorrows, you know?
1 tomorrow, 2 tomorrow, 3 tomorrow, 4.
Exactly. You are catching on quick. See, now apply that to rockets and get back to me with that, please.
Okay.
And give love to you and Uliana, and I will try to call Dimitri, even though
There's a
I have
big furry
perfect
man
cell phone
outside.
reception.
Papa,
Do not
there's a
open
big
door.
furry man
Close
outside.
door.
He's carrying a parasol, Papa.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, so we don't trust that. Closed. Keep door closed.
Yeah, that guy's definitely stealing your family.
Put the tape. What else can you do? Grab knife. Grab knife. You. Okay.
I get to play
Is
with
this a
knife, Papa?
text-based game now?
Just, until he leave, and then you put back in lock.
Oh, no.
Okay, Papa. I play with knife now.
No,
Bye-bye.
stop playing. Okay, that's fine, I guess. You'll be safe. You're a smart boy of 8 years age.
Some really good parenting going on right now.
Future rocket scientist over there.
Percival. So, because Percival was fighting for you, dude, right? He was like, all right, this guy needs to talk to his family. He's leaving his kids behind, unintentionally. And I passed the mic to you, and that's what you came up with. And Percival
I'm
is
going to get milk.
Percival
sold
is just looking at you with his jaw open. You see his big hippo teeth, just in his he's
What
just
am I- What am I going to say? That I got drunk with Rockman and ended up on the spaceship?
Well, you could have left the drunk part out, but you could have at least let them know that you were being blasted off into space unintentionally. It's not like it's your... Well,
Yes,
I don't even
that's
know
the
how we got
unbelievable
here.
part of the story.
All right, are we hitting that wall?
I went
Okay, so-
went to bat for you, Lev, and that was... We're going to have to talk about that, bud.
That was
Well, I
great.
As
mean-
long as we buy some milk in space, it wasn't a lie.
We'll hit the wall when
Thank
it's
you, Glor.
convenient for the plot. We're trying to sort out childcare here.
Well, Zev, I I fully support you teaching your kid how to stab someone. That was
Yes.
That's good
Abductors
parenting.
get stabbed. That is correct. Which
Yeah, because he was definitely stealing your family, so now he's gonna get stabbed by your family. That's
Right.
definitely gonna go much better.
and the police will be able to find that blood, and that is good. So we will have all families when they get home. That is wonderful.
Everyone's just kind of looking at their shoes. Like,
Well, hang on. I'm just jotting down some notes for this too.
that's fine.
before,
No, it's fine.
we move on.
Silence
Just
was, like,
something about
perfect.
Yeti babysitter stabbed by young Nikita. I'm just going, and those are all the only words that are going to be in here. So, like 4, 6 months, 2 years from now, when I look back, I'm just going to see Yeti babysitter stabbed by young Nikita, and I'm going to have no fucking context. My goldfish brain is going to forget all the context associated with this, and it's just going to be this hilarious thing of a Yeti babysitter that I forgot about being stabbed by Lev's child. If I remember the names of Lev's children, it's, neither here
fine.
nor there. Yeah, it's backstory.
Yeah.
It's all malleable, really.
Oh my god.
It's gonna build character for him.
And your kids.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited
Well,
when we
maybe
meet your
for the
kids.
stabbed Yeti, too.
Yeah.
If he survives being stabbed, he'll have more character. Less blood, but more character.
That'll come back. That regenerates.
Yeah.
I think I handled that with great aplomb. Thank you.
So, as, Choom is easily distracted and not looking there. Brew, you are the first and so far only one to have noticed that we're, maybe 2/3 along the way from where we started towards that wall, which puts us at about somewhere between 2 minutes and 2 minutes 5 before we hit it.
Sure, yeah. Just to remind everybody, we got about 2 minutes before we would cross that threshold.
And I feel helpless. I feel like
Brace
there's nothing
for
we can do.
impact! I just wanted to say that.
I would grab. Oh no, the only thing close to me is your horns, bro.
Listen, they're sturdy.
Because I literally, you say brace for impact, and you're like, shit. Oh,
Percival's gonna just take a deep breath. Try to you see him fumble and try to adjust his spacesuit. He takes one of the folds that's as it's bunched up a little bit over his belly, and he just tries to stretch it down. And he sits down in the chair that he was in when this thing launched, and he just starts trying to rebuckle his harness, and he's just well, here goes nothing, old Percy. You could do this. You could do this. You could survive in space. Who knows what's out there? You're one of the first people doing this. It's gonna be okay. Yes, it's gonna be okay, right? Everyone should probably get buckled in.
I'm not going back in the helmet.
Glorp had previously buckled the cooler into a chair I had mentioned, so Glorp just cracks the lid of the cooler and just starts oozing in.
Well, you can have my chair because I'm gonna go sit in the jail. You can have my chair. I'm gonna go sit in the pilot seat.
You don't.
Well, it's canon that it was Choom's chair now.
So that's what people are doing. They're kind of just bracing themselves for impact, getting settled into chairs, getting themselves prepared for what could quite possibly be an event of catastrophic proportions as we hit the edge of known space, really, and head into, zooms into the camera, unknown space.
Ooh. Oh.
Choom's definitely very interested in what it looks like. He's looking out the window.
Out of the front, it looks unremarkable. The only thing that you would notice isn't so much a presence of anything, but an absence. Mostly of those stars that were going by are now no longer going by, and the entire field in front of you is black. The blue glow at the edges of the screen is creeping in ever so slightly. A little faster.
Whoa.
And a little faster. The edges of the screen are very bright blue, and it's almost a gradient, almost entirely to a point in the center of the screen. And everything gets more blue and brighter from the edges in.
Well, isn't this thrilling?
And you can feel everything shift just a little bit. Not the catastrophic collision you were expecting, not the grand paradigm shift that you think it might have been. Everything stops, but nothing stops. Sort of a weird, maybe difference in perception that you notice. The sky is beautiful sky. It's actually sky. It doesn't even feel like space anymore. It feels like almost an alien, the night sky, the biosphere of an alien world, swirling blues and greens and points of light, and it's just different out here. The sense of motion is gone. Everything just feels like you're standing on solid ground. The current map on the left side of the screen now just shows that blue circle empty with no dot in it.
We do it?
I think we crossed the threshold.
Everybody okay?
2 horns.
Still feel like myself.
I feel pretty good.
An arm pops out of the cooler and gives a thumbs up. Nothing else. It's just an arm and a thumb.
Jam is still hungover.
Yeah, I guess they have that in the astral threshold thing. What do we do now?
Yes, time might not pass, but you can still get drunk.
Oh, wait, does that mean that the hangover stays like the whole time because it's not going away until you leave the astral sea?
No, because everything that's happening is happening, and time doesn't pass, but all the things happen as though time is passing. You don't age, but your heart still beats. You don't age, but you still have to eat every what you think might be 6 hours or so. You still feel a need to sleep periodically. It's just that those periods don't particularly map. But also they do, because time will have caught up to you by the time you re-enter space. At least in the place that 6 months after you enter the astral sea and you exit it, it will have passed 6 months. You won't have experienced the 6 months.
We should also quickly note, you actually do not need to eat, breathe, or drink in the astral sea because time doesn't pass. That is one of the established things.
I sit corrected.
I'm still gonna try.
I mean, I imagine if you're the sort of person who likes food, you might want to eat something.
I feel like, though, if time's not passing, any alcohol you drink would not be getting you drunk, but it would all hit you all at once
when you
leave the astral sea. Same thing in terms of like the hangover's not going to go. It's just going to continue pulsing, right? And as soon as we leave the astral sea, it'll just be gone because all of that time, in theory, would have passed to have.
It's going to be hell for you guys to keep track of.
That's a good philosophical question. Like, I don't think I can answer that now. I feel like maybe we could ask someone who's got more experience with the Spelljammer setting, or I could just think about it for 2 weeks and,
I don't think that's really anything hard and fast. I think that's whatever we establish is what it is.
But it's an interesting thought experiment, though. Like, how really does time pass? Because standardized time is everywhere. It takes you time to travel through the astral sea, and that time will have passed by the time you get there. But it isn't passing for you, except that it is, because you can still feel time. Otherwise, nothing would happen in the astral sea.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. My brain hurts.
Yeah, like, there's got to be a good answer to it, and I don't know what it is, and I'm probably going to think about it for a while, because we don't have that much longer of episode, and I really don't want to spend it discussing meta astrophysics.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I could tell some story here. Mm-hmm. I mean, for what story we have. Anyway, it's blue, and it doesn't feel like you're moving, but you know that you are. The maps, it doesn't show, at least not on the map you're looking at.
I'd like to see if there's any other consoles that we could like that are either labeled or have some sort of markings that could maybe even just give us some general ship diagnostics. I feel like I'm gonna try to lean into what my strengths are, and so I'm gonna look for somewhere where I can get like a diagnostic readout of some kind of this ship to just see if like everything seems to at least be functioning. Like if there's like, you know, are we using any resources that are finite? You know what I mean? Like I just need to make sure that we are in a position where we're at least stable so that we can plot our next move, and also see if the autopilot is still engaged, or if because we seem to have lost a heading because now we're just out in whatever this place is, you know, if that's still engaged or if that still has a destination or direction in mind. I feel like I could try to just find a general diagnostic readout that would try to hopefully give some information. I'm not sure if there's even like a way to, I don't know. I'm just trying to like, I'm going to every screen and just trying to see if there's like, you know, go into settings, go into fucking.
You have 13 days
trying
for
to
juice
see.
boxes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. we do need a maintenance console. There are a few that you can't quite identify. There appears to be a maintenance and diagnostics console on the left, about two towards the aft of the ship from astrocartography. The left of the port. See, I should be a little more consistent. Now on the starboard side, you've got comms up towards the bow, and aft of that, a couple of consoles, you have life support.
Okay, well, first I want to check the life support systems and just see what we're working with.
Life support, it has a couple of switches, one or two dials, a gauge or two. The gauge seems to be, those kind that have, it's got the gradations, but it's got maybe a red zone, a yellow zone, a little green strip, another yellow zone, some red along the line. There's a little, one of those little red arrows just squarely right in the middle of the green. There's green lights all lit. There's even a little screen that says status normal.
Okay, so that's step one, and that's a little bit more comforting at least. Step two would be to look for a maintenance console and just kind of see if the rest of the systems of the ship are functioning properly, if there's any sort of way to, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of get a beat on what our situation is. Because, like, now we're just stranded in unknown places.
All right. Maintenance and diagnostics is port side, third from the front.
Okay, I'm just going to try to boot it up and, see if it's... Because, like, I mean, at least, like, the diagnostic information might look familiar to me because I've read enough, like, more small-time stuff like that. But, I mean, I'm sure there's probably plenty of sort of these astrophysical elements that are going to be a little bit more unknown to me, seeing as how I did not know a single name of a tool or part that they've mentioned to us in the prior instructions.
So you press a button underneath the screen. There's maybe 2 or 3 buttons that are under there, kind of at little tick marks, like it's to select menu options at the bottom of screen, and a small standard keyboard below it. When you fire it up, it flashes a little splash screen saying VXWare Diagnostics, and after that goes away, it gives you a command line.
Okay. I feel like I would know the colloquial command on like any sort of modern operating system, but I'm not sure maybe if this is different.
Okay.
This is just command line. So I'm going to try to enter the familiar command, or a familiar command to me.
Yep.
And just, and literally just to type run and then space diagnostics and then hit enter. Or return or whatever.
It works. And run diagnostics, and it starts printing out line after line after line. And you can hear a little as a little dot matrix printer off to the left prints out a ticker tape strip with the same printouts that's on the screen.
Oh my goodness, they still use these. Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna start scanning through both what's on the screen and on the papers and just see, like, if anything, if things are nominal, if things are like any sort of. I'm just looking for any alerts or skimming. I'm trying to look for alerts or anything that's out of any sort of nominal range.
Yeah, let's see. multiplexer status nominal.
Any alerts?
No, nothing that stands out. Iona phototrizing is maybe just ever so slightly out of your optimal range. Just a little below, but we're talking about like 0.3%, nothing to really worry about.
Okay.
Yeah. Things look relatively normal. There is a strip across the top that with a yellow highlighted line. Everything else is scrolling through, but that's just the top that says autopilot engaged.
Oh, it's still on.
Still on. Brew, can you make sense of whatever's on the navigation screen now? Do we have like a heading? Is there even anything out here that we're heading towards?
I can certainly try.
Anything at all?
He attempts to mess around with whatever got him onto this map.
Okay.
To see if he can shift it or move it or manage it in some way.
All right. You're able to scroll through a couple of different maps. One of them actually shows what looks like a blue field with a lot of different circles in it. It's, looks like little black circles of varying sizes, sort of scattered all over a hex map. You're traveling
new.
From your perspective. So towards what would be the northwest on a map, if you were looking at it conventionally, there is another black circle, and in between the two, there's that little red dot traveling. It's about halfway between the two right now.
Can I make an inference about the red dot being us?
Yeah. It's exactly in the same format as was on the previous map.
Sure. All right. Well, so I can tell you that we're moving toward this, or it seems like we're moving toward this this circle up here in the upper left here.
What about the window? Can you see anything out like that?
Looking out the window, you can't see anything like that. It just looks like the kind of shifting blue to white to purple of the, quote, sky of the astral sea. Or
almost like nebulous.
Yeah. Yeah, nebulous in the way that nebulas are.
Okay, well, first of all, I have no idea what this... I don't even know what this map is, because our people have never even seen... This is the furthest we've ever gotten. This is it. So I don't know what we're heading towards, or the fact that how the hell do we even have a map at all? It's incredible. Like Percy just looks like, I mean, he looks like in kind of in awe that like we have any sort of like directional awareness at all in a place where, you know, is so foreign to like what
hey man,
we know.
That's why I don't trust the government. They've been keeping things from us.
I mean, that's probably true, but I also wonder if the ship itself is just acknowledging the space around it and just noticing that there's things there. It's not telling me what it is, it's just telling me there's something there.
I wouldn't be surprised. Connie's a special girl.
What's the distance? Does it give you any sort of estimated time to destination?
Am I able to kind of use...
You would be able to infer that we are currently about halfway between the two. So if it's been, what do we think time has passed? Maybe about 10
no
minutes
time has
or so.
passed. No time has passed. So
Yes, but I mean
relativistic time.
Well,
yeah, relativistic time.
So the time it's been since we crossed into this area, it'll take about the same amount of time to get there.
And I mean, what is time really?
Sure.
Yeah.
As I speak to a voice in my head.
Yes. The ever-present voice of the narrator.
Well, and I don't think that any of us, like any of our characters, would necessarily know all of the intricate properties of the astral sea, in the astral plane, because none of us have ever been there, and people have never really had time to study it. So, like, this is all stuff that we're like kind of processing as it's happening.
Yeah, and some of these things, like that concept of time passing, isn't something that you guys can actually perceive. It feels that something is off. But until you're actually told about this somehow through some sort of plot or exposition,
we just know that something shifted and something changed once we crossed that barrier, and we don't really know, necessarily what this uneasy feeling we have is.
Honestly, autopilot's still on. We got a map that we shouldn't have. I guess we're going wherever they want us to go, and we'll find out more there.
I suppose you're right. I don't really think there's much more for us to do. Besides, accept our fate.
Unless you want Lev to break the ship.
No, I think that is, if we were to ever find ourselves stuck and needed to get out, crash landing, something like that, we'll certainly call upon Lev to start breaking things to get us out.
Right.
Well, I guess, shall we explore the ship? I must confess, I've only seen most of the exterior and some of the wiring. I've never actually seen what it looks like inside here.
Yeah, you know what? Some of you guys turn to actually explore the rest of the ship while the ship continues on its inexorable course. The camera fades to black. We cut to the credits.
Wait, no. There's a circle, a black border that's forming a circle, and then Euclid pops his head through it, and he's like, "Well, I guess that's it for this one." And then he sticks his head.
Your head stuck
again. Yeah, he gets his stuck, and there's a loud as he pulls his head through it.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for yet another week, another episode of The Hapless Heroes. If you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're on Linktree/Hapless Heroes. And if you want to look for us on Instagram, it's, Instagram.com/Hapless Heroes, I believe. I'm not really on the gram myself, but they tell me all the kids are doing it. At Hapless Heroes. There we go. Yeah, it's almost like that website that doesn't know what its name is anymore. But yeah, Linktree might even take you there. Now, if you really like us, leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We're on, all of them. If it's a podcast service of note, for at least the Western world sphere, we're probably on it. We're hosted on Podbean, we're on Spotify, Pandora, the rapidly departing us Google Music. I think there's an Apple Music still. We'd be on there. We're on all those places.
Apple Podcasts.
Sure.
There you go.
I'm not an Apple user, but I know people who are. Maybe I should get a little more familiar with it. But anyway.
It's just called podcast.
Yeah. If that podcast service allows you to leave a review and you leave us a 5-star review, really, if you leave us any star review, because we want to be fair to everyone, even those who aren't having the best time, still hear you out, but we'll read your review on the air so we can recognize you as the 5-star human that you are. Now, if for some reason you can't leave it on one of these places, we have a channel in our Discord called 5 Stars where you could leave it there. Once again, you leave a review, we read it, we recognize you, because thank you. Now, if you really like us, you can donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/hapless heroes. By this point, we may have multiple reward tiers. We don't right now as of recording, but, we're bandying about the idea, looking at it, weighing the pros, weighing the cons, trying to see what kind of things we can give back to the community. Now, it doesn't matter what level you donate at. We appreciate it. We're not in this for the money. These things just sort of cover things like our hosting costs and any equipment we need, maybe the occasional odd pizza party, one chip challenge chips, when they're legal to buy again, those sorts of things.
Never doing that again. But if you did subscribe to us on Patreon, we do have the video does exist.
So anyway, that's just a long, rambly way of thanking those of us who support you for our support and letting those who want to support us know how they can best give us their support.
I love that. That was so good. Please keep that.
Smooth landing.
Please keep that.
And if you like us right now, you like us, Sally Field and the whole deal, go to a podcast service of your choice that will let you leave reviews and leave a review for us, 5-star that is, in character as a time traveler from the Dark Ages who has discovered what podcasts are suddenly and is confused by them and needs to travel back home in order to feed the goats, but instead they're listening to podcasts. Your task can vary. It doesn't need to be to feed the goats. You can feed the swines or harvest the mud in a valley or something, or I don't know, help build a wall in your village, or fiefdom, or whatever the fuck you got going on in there. But yeah, you leave us a review in character as a time traveler from the past who is bewildered and befuddled by the technology here. But they love our podcast. 5 stars.
Definitely doable. That's a doable one.
That's a doable one.
Taking us.
I love it.
And taking us from the past into our future, the future where we outro our cast, starting all the way over at my left, we have Euclid, played by Zach.
Bye.
To his left, we have Choom, played by Seb.
See you guys.
To his left, we have Glorp, played by Nicole.
You should have left a lesson plan.
To her left, we have Baru, played by Mike.
Shapes and colors, that's all I need.
To his left, we have Father of the Year, Lev, played by Lou.
Good night, everybody.
To his left, we have Jam Jam, played by John.
Until next time.
And to his left, we have Percival, played by Francesco.
Wonder what unknown awaits us at this destination.
My name is Dave. I have been your host and dungeon master for this evening. Join us next week as we continue this voyage into the unknown. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
We'll see ya.
Bye.